now we send this Airtable data into your EditorX backend. Right, so from here, we're going to use, for the tool we're going to use for this is Zapier. So what we need to do is go to Zapier, and if you haven't got a Zapier account already, definitely create one. And here, from this backend, we would create a Zap. And what we're going to use to send this information for this one is a webhook, and we're going to catch the hook. Right. So in here, how we're going to do this is going to do it using a button. So what you do, insert a field, go to button, and when you go into insert field, create a button, you get this information here. So I've changed to send, changed the color, and this is what we need to do here. I'll leave this bit of information below, so you can just copy and paste it in. But what we need to change for this to make it relevant to your Zap, this bit here, the URL, the webhook. And what you need to do, paste that in there. So it'll be your URL, then it will be $Airtable-ID equals end quotations and Airtable ID, which is the field there. So and it's coming out in the URL. So basically the URL is going to read that and spit out that there, right? So back in Zapier, so we're going to press this. As you see, it says webhook Airtable ID equals that Airtable ID. In here, we're going to continue. I'm going to test the trigger, and that should be it. A1Z, A1Z. Perfect. Get rid of that now. Continue. And in the next step, we're going to table, find that record. So now we just find that record, find all the information from that record. We're going to choose an account. Now, if you haven't already got an account already, what you will have to do, you'll have to input your Airtable API key, which you can find here. You go into this little man account, and that's your Airtable. Copy that there, ask you to insert it, paste that in. Right, but because I've already got one, I've got Airtable ID, Airtable number there, base is EditorX tutorial, table is videos, search field will be Airtable ID, and we're using the query string Airtable ID. We don't need to create a record or anything like that, so that can be just continue, test and continue. So it's found that record now. See here, it's found that record, all the information should fit your record. There we go. Name field created. Yeah, that's the one. Now we've found the record, we can send that information to our EditorX site. Again, we use a webhook for this. Webhook, and in this webhook, we're going to post because we're posting information into our collection. Right. So here we need to do, as it says, the documentation. If you've got a premium site, you have to follow this URL here. Because I've got a free site, I've got to follow the URL here. Right, so I'm going to copy that, paste that in there. So it says URL, I'm going to put the username. I'm going to find that from my EditorX site, which is handy because if you publish, I've just done, that's your username there. Mine's Paul77148, I think it is. Paste that in there. Site name is this bit here, my site 1. It says functions, leave that bit, and this is the name of the function you named. So for this one, I called my function, which I saved at the side, which I told you to, my video, right? So the next bit will be JSON. So the payload type will be JSON. Now here is where you get the names of your data. And where you get that, the fields of your data, sorry. If you go into your database, you go into your content manager, you go into here, properties, and that's the name of name of your field. The field key is that's what you need in here. You don't need ID, that's automatically generated. Keep field key for this. Now for most of them, if the one word, it would just be short form like this, but you just make sure. I'd just do this just to make sure. As you see there, it's got a capital I in that. Right, now that's done, we need to go into here, back into documentation again. At the bottom here, it says, so keep all this the same, unflatten, yes, headers. And the headers, as you can see, is headers, content type. So we need copy that, content type, copy application JSON as well. That goes into there. Perfect. So now we can grab that data from the Airtable. So you click into the gap, click find record, and we'll find the name. Field name is EditorX, perfect. Thumbnail will be full URL. There we go. Airtable ID will be Airtable ID. YouTube link will be YouTube link. Creator, if it's a link file, it won't be the creator's name, it'll be the creator's EditorX ID. Same for duration and same for category. Right, so this is guaranteed to fail the first time, so it always does. Guaranteed to miss something out. Let's test and continue. There we go. Perfect. Now, if you go back into your EditorX site, let's refresh this, and let's go back into our collections, videos, and there it is. There we go. So it's sent automatically with that click of the button in Airtable. It's sent all this across straight away. Now, not quite finished yet with this app. I want to go create another step. Going back into Airtable. Now we want to update the field. Same again. Same base again as the one above. Videos again. The record will be that. Now, what I like to do in my Airtable base is come into here. So there's a row. I want to call this progress. And every single step. Add link. So one's going to be live, not live. Put the date created up here as well. Now, as you can imagine, what I'm going to do is go into here, refresh this. Progress is going to be live. Just type that bit in. Date created will be date created from there, from anywhere here. EditorX ID, that's a big one you need to grab, and it says there inserted ID. Grab that there. Continue, test and continue, and you can see it update. Look. See it update perfectly, and that's it. That's your information has been tied. So what I'm going to do is I'll change the name of it. Site goes to EditorX site tutorial. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn the zap on. I'm going to create another record. I'm going to grab another one of our videos. Right, so this is the big test. Let's see if it goes live. Let's send again. So here's the thing there. URL come through. So it shouldn't be doing that bit there. It should be doing this one here. I've just realized my error. So in this step here, the last step, instead of updating the record I was on, I was just updating that record there. So you got custom. So I want this record here. So now, if I click it, it should update automatically again. There we go. Perfect, just what we needed. Refresh this, see if it's come through. As you see, that one has come through perfect. So to do medium, art again, app building. Perfect, so in the next video, we're making an updates app for these records.